Before now, some Nigerians have been systematically excluded from voting in the country, including inmates in various custodian centers. This electoral framework has set grounds for inmates' participation in custodian centers across the country, the right to vote during state and national elections. In understanding the draft framework, Capio lawyer Wilson Nnanji gave an overview of the framework.
The framework is not a law. It is a guide to assist all stakeholders, particularly the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Nigeria Correctional Service, to make it happen, to enable inmates in custody to vote, to exercise their rights of franchise in choosing our leaders.
INEC is there for the nation. You are there for the nation. What we are doing is to move our country forward. And so therefore, based on that, I think there is nothing wrong in validating the draft copy, subject to the committee's, further inputs, and then a final draft will now be submitted to the commission. So with this, I think I have no problem endorsing this draft framework.
The executive director of Capio, Jude Iziguzo, in an interview gave his expectations after the endorsement and adoption of the draft framework by INEC. Also speaking on the way forward for the draft framework, Controller of Corrections Ajibogun Olatubosun, FSI, said he is looking forward to the implementation of the framework.
At the end of today's workshop, INEC accepted the draft, but then as a way of going forward, there is need to set up a committee comprising of INEC, Nigerian Correctional Service, some CSOs and NGOs, and of course, National Human Rights Commission and the Ministry of Justice. Now, this committee is necessary for them to effect the corrections and the suggestions pointed out today, and also to see that the final document will be good. And it is this final document that will now publish and present, or rather before publishing, present it to the INEC for them to, and there will be a kind of presentation ceremony for that final document. So it is the draft that is today being validated, which INEC accepted in good faith.
The purpose is to make sure that, as enshrined in the Constitution, nobody is disenfranchised. And this deliberation, we were able to put together ideas, professional ideas, based on the perspective of Nigerian Correctional Service, as enshrined in our standing orders relating to treatment of inmates, and as stated, the Nigerian Correctional Service Act 2019. The operation has been very, very robust. It has all the stakeholders, they actually put up their best, and I'm very sure that at the end of the day, we are going to have a document that we can present to the legislatures, that this is the pathway forward. It will be a document that will be put together by Nigerian Correctional Service, making sure that all the related factors are put in place, and INEC also in conjunction with the Electoral Act, and contribution from private stakeholders. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to have a document that will stand the test of time towards inmates taking part by exercising their civic rights in voting national elections.
In attendance were members from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Nigeria Correctional Service, NCOS, and other stakeholders who gave contributions on the implementation of the framework for inmate voting in Nigeria. Eunice Ella is reporting for Clevy News Desk.